Hi, I'm Val Dewar here for the sportingnews.com to interview Jared Brooks, the one championship interim strawweight champion, as he seeks to regain his throne against Joshua Pacio in the main event of 171 in Qatar this Thursday. So, how's it going, man? Have a good Valentine's Day just happened. Do anything special with the missus for it?
Unfortunately, I was already on a plane. I left the day before Valentine's Day, so we chopped it up and got all that done on that what was that? That was on Thursday. So we had our Valentine's on a Thursday and not a Friday. So and my number one Valentine is my daughter. So it was really cool to be able to hang out with them before I went out on the flight. Of course, it would have been great to do it on Valentine's Day, but at the same time, it's like what are days when you have family?
Yeah, and I mean, you're getting ready for the fight, probably a bit tired and stuff, cutting weight. So maybe you'll make it up to them when you got that belt around your shoulder, the undisputed belt around your shoulder.
100% undisputed.
So, obviously, this upcoming battle with Joshua was a trilogy. I mean, and although it's 1-1, technically, you've had the upper hand, overall in both fights, and just looked better, and than ever, especially in this last one, even though you technically lost. Do you
Think
anticipate that the matchups are going to this matchup will keep getting easier for you, or do you think Joshua, he's going to have some new tricks up his sleeve to give you more trouble than he did last time?
you know, like I said in my other interviews, I leave Josh out of the equation, his mind, what he's doing, how he's doing. Like, no, I don't really care about what Josh has got going on in his head or what he's been trying to prepare for. I just know that he's gonna try to come at me a million miles an hour like he did last time, and he could be a better version of himself, but I'm a better version of myself, and I think that I still have that wolf to dog material to have. He's a dog, I'm a wolf. I'm always hunting and I'm always trying to kill something. While he's a dog, he's chilling at home, he's sitting on his couch, hanging out until somebody comes on his couch and then he's like, I gotta bite you.
Well, right before the interview, you mentioned your mentality, the monkey god mentality. So, I mean, what are you, like a baboon, chimpanzees, a little golden lion tamarin or something? What's this new mentality you're talking about?
No, it's not a new mentality. It's something that I just didn't have in that Reese fight. I didn't have enough time to acclimate into being the monkey god. It was more of me trying to gain weight. I was more focusing on gaining weight and trying to lift and try to get bigger for the fight and not uh, getting better at martial arts.
So
Sorry about that.
you're good. What's the number one thing then that makes you get into that mentality? I mean, it's not just putting on the monkey god mask, is it? It's just actually training, getting better, you're saying?
Yeah, I think that that's what gets you better at the end of the day. Like one, just your strength and conditioning, like assault biking. My strength and conditioning coach is second to none. So I think that that's very important. But at the same time, honing your skills and doing positional drills to get better because sometimes a lot of those times where two technical people are just drilling, you somebody's stalling, right?
Yeah.
So I've gotten out of that stalling kind of mindset, and we've gone on to onto bigger and better things in the training room.
And that's an adjustment you're making specifically like from the Reese McLaren fight? Because there were a lot. I mean, obviously it's moving up in weight, a short, like you said, less time to train. I mean, Reese was pretty big in there, but there were some
Yeah,
times the positions got stalled out. So that's the inspiration there.
yes, 100%. And it's just making sure that we can keep on moving and keep our feet moving at all times. And if that happens, then I think that I'm smooth sailing. But if you're a rock in the sand, I'm smaller than a lot of fighters. So if you're a rock in the sand, you get hit by that rock.
Hey, the constant movement, that's what I and a lot of people love about flyweight, strawweight, bantamweight, all the small weight classes. So
Thank you.
yeah, but I mean, this might be painful for you, but the DQ, I wanted to ask a couple questions about it because I mean, it obviously sucked for you. It's really hard to control like where a guy's gonna land when you're throwing him a bit, But on the other hand, it is a scary sight when like when Fedor back in the day, whenever you see a guy land on his head, it's just kind of scary. So I wondered what your thoughts are just on the rule in general that got you disqualified, no slams on the head or neck.
No, I think everything about MMA is scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like somebody getting kicked in the head and then they're like pulsating on the ground, just it's all scary
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And to be honest, I've completely forgot about that. I've gotten over it. Like that's not even on my head now,
Okay.
right? Literally, it's right over. So it's not like I got hurt to where it was like I accidentally hurt somebody, right? It's not like I killed the guy. It's not like I could have, but it's not like I killed the guy. He's out safe and shining. He's gonna be fighting me a third time. So I mean, I really don't care. It's like
Yeah.
that's the past is the past, and the future is the future. And I think that me and Josh, we're gonna have an amazing fight, and I think that I'm gonna show the whole world that the real monkey god is back.
Awesome. Can't wait. So, all right, if we're or you can't look past it too much, but it's been big news in the last couple I mean since your last fight with Josh, right?
Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson retired. And you wanted to fight with him. Like that's obviously it's been the number one fight in the weight class. I mean, not right above your weight class for a while. But
Mhm.
now he's gone. Is there a different dream fight that you're seeking once this whole rivalry, this saga of your career is wrapped up?
It's not about a dream fight necessarily. It's about my new dream fight is more of somebody that is willing to make a match with me and build it up like I build up fights. Nobody that my dance partners, they never help me build up fights. They never want to put themselves out there. They never want to put the dice on the table. It's like I put the dice on the table every time, and then I get a little bit of audience, and then I play the bad guy or whatever. I'm not trying to play the bad guy. I'm just trying to make you interested in this upcoming bout, right? But at the same time, if somebody says something about me, I'm gonna defend myself. And if you see that as talking shit, see it as talking shit. But I mean, personally, I've gotten a lot of boos. I've gotten a lot of fuck yous. I've gotten a lot of, you know, uh, you're a dirty player, you're a cheater, and it's like I haven't said anything like that, bro. To any of my opponents. All I say is I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna dominate you, and I'm gonna beat you up, right?
Yeah.
That's literally not talking shit. That's my own truth. So
Yeah.
if people want to call me a trash talker, people want to, for me putting myself out there for your benefit, for you to watch the fight. I think that that's crazy that people still give me shit for talking shit.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I've never seen anything that's like crossed the line. It's just entertaining chaos is how I look at it. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So last year, three fights. The year 2022, three fights. But in 2023, you had just the one grappling bout. So I assume you're looking to stay busy. I mean, you're fighting early in the year, so you got a good thing going if you want to get three fights in again in 2025. Is that the goal?
100%. And when I when you keep me busy, you look at 2022, right? You keep me busy. I didn't have enough time with Gustavo Ballart, or I didn't have enough time with Josh. What was that? Like a half of a round to a round, right?
Yeah.
So actually, that's not a lot of time inside of the cage ring. So I'm looking forward to, if I'm not there a long time, that's fine. But if I have to, I will go 5 rounds and I'll choke him out in that fifth.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we see you got 5 rounds once before, and we've seen you almost finish him. I mean, yeah, in this last one. All right, so I have a kind of interesting hypothetical for you here. Say I get a time machine, throw you in that time machine, you're taken back in time to your high school body, number one ranked high school senior wrestler in the country. But I assume, I mean, I didn't know you then, but I assume little training as a striker. Which of your peers from one championship would you want to be your Mr. Miyagi and teach you how to kick punch?
Ooh, I think that that's a great question. Um, I think that Prajanchai would be more of my style just because of his height and how he maneuvers. He's pretty fast, and I really like his style. So I would say I would like for striking, I would say Prajanchai, but besides that, the DeBellas are
Mm,
amazing as
yeah.
well. So and I can't wait to see them
Oh, yeah.
fight again. I think that that would be a barn burner for sure. Because I've I mean I didn't spar with Jean, but I got to move around with Jean, and bro, that guy's good. the guy is really. I never got to move around with Prajanchai, so Prajanchai don't get any mixed feelings or anything. But yeah, I would definitely have Prajanchai or John DeBella. Because I feel like they're the most technical. The smaller guys
Yeah.
are way more technical, but at the same time, you got somebody like Ratang. Like you can't teach heart, and
Yeah.
that's what Ratang's style is
Yeah.
formed around. So if I mean he does have a lot of technical aspects about him. I'm not going to say that the
Absolutely.
guy doesn't, but do I think that Prachinchai is technically better than Ratang? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you also can't teach having, steel built into your
Yeah,
jaw. So,
but that can only last so long though.
yeah, everyone got a crack, and yeah, the technique will carry you a lot longer. We've seen it with a lot of old guys who can carry that technique, a lot of guys who try to brawl in their chin cracks. So about that, I mean, that's one of Prajanchai DeBella. That's one of the best fights, in any combat sport, I think, right now. I mean, it kind of sounds like it'll be hard for you to pick a winner, but that's what I'm going to ask you. Who do you think takes it?
I love the DeBella family way too much not to pick John.
Yeah.
And Andy's Canadian. He's close to me. We got to hang out. I just hit him up out of the blue and was just like, "Hey, dude, you mind if I like work some mitts with you and learn from you a little bit?" He was just like, "Yeah, bro, let's go." And I think that that's really cool of him to do that, especially when I was calling him out and I was trying to get boxing fights with him, right? I'm not going to do kickboxing with these guys. These guys are their 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 legs are really good. But
Like
I'd say
steel
my
beams.
boxing though, I think that my boxing is up there with those guys. So I would definitely do boxing, but John is really good, man. I just think that John is the true champion of the
Yeah.
strawweight division.
All right. How did it go when I mean, did you prove yourself right that you could hold your own in the boxing when you trained with him?
It's hard to tell because we were doing mostly like kickboxing flow sparring kind of, and it was in the middle of his mitts, and then I would go with him, So um, his feints and his teep feints are unbelievable. Like I didn't know when to punch,
Yeah.
but as far as boxing, I feel like I could tussle it out with any strawweight in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I would box fucking John Lineker or Ratang or something like that, bro. There's some serious brain damage in those
Yeah.
conversations. But Prajanchai, John DeBella, like I love those guys. But at the same time, if somebody offered me a boxing bout with those guys, I mean, I wouldn't say no.
What about, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's only been done like a couple times, but a mixed rules bout like DJ did with Rod Tang. I mean, he had to, like you said, going through that walk, he had to walk through some fire to do it. But would you be interested in that, or is that like not
I
on your?
think I think that whoever wanted to do a mixed rules bout with me, especially a strawweight, man, that'd be a bad time for them.
Yeah.
Because I'll get past that first round.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fast. I can move my feet fast. So, if it goes into that second round, yeah, you're getting tapped out really
Yeah.
quick. And
Yeah.
I
That's,
mean, you look at DJ and Rodtang, bro. It's just like that's the formula. And it's kind of crazy that people shit all over wrestling and they shit all over jujitsu. And it's like, how? It's like Demetrius just tapped out the number, your Superman, your hero, in less than a minute when it went to the ground. So why
yeah.
aren't you guys? Why isn't Thai people adopting the jujitsu, the wrestling, all of that? Just imagine if those Thai guys had wrestling, if
Yeah.
they had jujitsu, they would be fucking animals. But that's an unfortunate standpoint from the Thai people. They just like to see people fucking knock each other's heads off.
I mean, we all want to see blood sometimes. I can't blame them too much for that.
Yeah,
It makes for fun shows, absolutely. All right, I think we're running up against. Okay, sorry. One more question before, or two
yeah,
more questions before I let you go. So, are you? I had a friend who's actually from about where you grew up, and he wanted to know if you're upset that Penguin Point closed down.
yeah. Actually, I am and that was a great question. Wow, you nardwared me, bro. Uh, but yeah, Pingle Point is the people pleasing place, and it was definitely a people pleaser. I used to love their big wallies, their double cheeseburgers, everything. I mean, even their cod, so good. I'm really pissed off actually.
I can tell.
The Penguin Point closed down because the new owners they bought it and then they messed it all up, man. And they changed up the menu. Nobody wanted to work for them.
Mm,
They were better than McDonald's. They were better than Burger King. They were better than. I wish that they would have made it nationwide, but I'm
yeah.
kind of glad that I got my chance to say that as a kid I grew up on Penguin Point.
Yeah, it's a little like cult classic for you guys. That none of that. I mean, I'm from the East Coast. I lived in in Indiana, but like Southern Indiana for a bit, so I don't know
Yeah,
nothing about Penguin Point. I'm
yeah,
glad
that's
that we're
Northern Indiana.
these Nardwuar questions can be hit or miss. Sometimes the fighter's like, what? But I'm glad it hit.
Love Penguin Point.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. Just last time out before the DQ, you're on your way to a finish, like we said. I just want you to let the world know how you think exactly how you win this fight.
I win this fight any way that I want. Uh,
Okay.
it's all about adaptability, and if he shows an adaptation, I've got to counter that adaptation with something that I can adapt to. So if I adapt correctly, I think I can finish it within the first 3 rounds, easy.
Okay, well, you almost finished him in the first round last time, so yeah, good luck. February 20th coming up this Thursday, live in Qatar. See you there. Good luck, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Amazing
Have a
job.
great one.
All
Thanks.
right.